Hello everyone, and welcome to my phenomenal channel. At least this month I'm hosting the Phenomenal Woman Maya Angelou Readathon, and I'm looking for phenomenal women authors and phenomenal women books, phenomenal books by phenomenal women authors. And today I have a treat because I looked on my shelves and picked out 4 books who I've heard were written by phenomenal women, but I haven't tried them yet. So I'm asking you to please choose a book that I can read either this month or next month, because I have so many phenomenal writers to choose from this month. So I need your help, basically. So I picked these 4 books up from my bookshelf. I've had them for quite a while. Some of them I've had longer than others. But we're going to start with the first one by a phenomenal, possibly phenomenal woman author named Laura Hillenbrand. I've never read her. I heard so much about her on BookTube, and her first, well, I don't know if this is her first novel, but at least this is the one I picked up. It's called Seabiscuit, an American Legend, and it's nonfiction. Now, why haven't I read this? This has been one of the books that have been on my shelf the longest. And I think I've had mixed feelings about horse racing, at least presently. In the past, well, we can't do anything about the past. So, Seabiscuit, an American Legend, it has a different title in other countries, but is captivating nonfiction book that tells the incredible story of Seabiscuit, a legendary racehorse who captured the hearts of the American people during the Great Depression era. Published in 2001, the book not only chronicles Seabiscuit's rise to fame, but also explores the lives of the individuals connected to the horse, including his owner, trainer, and jockey. So I think this is more than just about racehorsing, but about the time, I think, during the Depression. And let me show, this is the movie. It says now a motion picture. So let me just show you the cover. I usually don't like movie covers, and I haven't watched the movie either, but I heard that Laura Hillenbrand is a phenomenal woman author. So do you suggest I read this book first out of the 4? Let me know. The next book is a book that, from an author I've also heard who is a phenomenal woman, and her name is Alice Hoffman. I've never read any of her books, and I got this at the latest library sale that I went to, and it has Radford High School Library on it, and I liked that. And I also liked the cover. Just as a aside, Bette Midler went to Radford High School, so it's kind of famous because of that. So what is Alice Hoffman's book Seventh Heaven about? I know it's not her first novel, and I think that, if I'm correct, I'm getting 2 authors mixed up, because like I said, I haven't read any of this author's books, but I have heard the name Alice Hoffman. So what it says, what I wrote down, is that in the summer of 1959, Nora Silk moves into a quiet suburb on Long Island with her 2 young sons, a collection of Elvis records, and a marked absence of husband. So this reminds me of, just by that blurb, a kind of slice of life kind of book. And the fact that it was written in 1959, I was still here. I was here somewhere, and not in Long Island, but in New York City, where Long Island is. In fact, my partner comes from Long Island. So people are reading Peyton Place for Garb August, and this sounds sort of like a Peyton Place book, but I don't want to say that because I don't think this is a Garb August book. Some of the things it says, it's part American graffiti, part early Updike. I haven't read any of those, so that's not helping me. Simultaneously chronicles the coming of age of a group of teenagers in a Long Island town and the gradual dissolution of their parents' repressed middle-class world. A parable about changing times and changing values. So, and and that was New York Times, and Washington Post says it's a joy, magical. So that does seem interesting to me. So are you going to choose this one for me? Let me know, please. The next book, now this is a really weird reason why I haven't read this book, but it was suggested to me by many, many booktubers, and because I like mysteries. And it's called Bluebird by Attica Locke, who's, it says she's the author of Pleasantville, which I haven't read either. So I haven't read anything by Attica Locke. The reason I haven't read this book, and this says it's the best novel Edgar Award winner. And this is the cover. Now, I don't know if you can see, but it is not the cleanest book. Of course, I got it at a sale. And it just feels, even though I washed it, of course, gently, it still has a really weird feeling to it. And I just can't seem to be comfortable reading it in this form anyway. Now, Attica Locke is well known to be an African-American phenomenal woman by some. And what is this about? I say by some because I don't know her very well. So, a black investigator's quest for justice drive Darren Matthews. So, Matthews is a Texas Ranger working in a division of state law enforcement tasked with investigating everything from political corruption to murder. He's also a black man who must negotiate these two often conflicting identities. So this is a quote. He got confused sometimes on which side of the law he belonged. Couldn't always remember when it was safe for a black man to follow the rules. So it also says that it's a nuanced meditation on race, roots, and belonging, as well as it's supposedly a good mystery, which I really like mysteries, as some of you know. So should I read that one first? Help me! The last book, now this is a famous author who I've never read, and her name is similar to mine, Marilyn, but she has an extra N and an extra E in her book. And she's a Pulitzer Prize winner of Gilead. And this is not Gilead. It's either Lila, I would say Lila, not Lila. But it is a National Book Critics Circle Award. Now, I did start to read this book, a few pages, and then another book came my way and I put it down. Something about the writing told me that I needed more time to put into it. So I have no feeling yet about the book, even though I read a few pages. So what is it about? Lila is the story into early midlife of a woman born in the late 1910s into utterly bleak and deprived circumstances. The years that follow are hardly brighter. Lila, as a young child, is stolen from her neglectful family by a woman whose intentions are basically good, but the circumstances set Lila on a road to a degrading life of drifting subsistence. I also heard that it wasn't her family, but just a bunch of people who were living in that house that she was stolen from. So I don't know which one is correct because, like I said, I haven't read the book. But I've heard of Gilead, and I heard that during the time after she was stolen, or she she goes into the town of Gilead, and Gilead is the Pulitzer Prize winning, and I think from what I heard on BookTube, it's a town in Ohio where all of Marilynne Robinson's books take place. Housekeeping is one of her other books. So I think that this says it revisits the beloved characters and setting of Robinson's Pulitzer Prize winning Gilead and Home, a National Book Award finalist. Lila is a moving expression of the mysteries of existence that is destined to become an American classic. So do you agree with that? Is that the book that I should pick? Let me know in the comments. I also want to thank everyone who has been shouting out my event, Phenomenal Woman, Maya Angelou, Readathon, these last 2 weeks. I really appreciate, and all the new subscribers. I appreciate everyone who's been supporting me and saying such nice things to me. I can't tell you, my heart is really full. And I'm going to be back with a lot more phenomenal women authors. Authors that I've read already and authors that I haven't. So thank you again. Let me know in the comments, what book shall I pick? It's on my shelf already, so I don't have to go look for it. And until we meet very, very soon, I just leave you with healing, love, and as always, aloha.